Hey everybody, it's me, Shadowstrike. Welcome back to another video. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different this time to try and widen my content so it appeals to more viewers. So we're doing story time today, guys. And yes, everything that you are about to see is true. It actually happened to me. So hope you guys all enjoy. Now, we've all done something a little bit stupid and or extremely embarrassing. It's kind of just what happens. But if there's one thing that these stories are good for, it's A, a good laugh, B, a great story, and C, more content, at least for me. Now, this story happened when I was around about 12 or 13. I can't quite remember which, so I'm just going to say I was 12 to make things a little bit easier for us all. So, this particular day, I was going home with my friend after school. I'm not going to use her real name because if I do, she may not like that very much. So, we're going to go with her nickname, Buddy. So, as I was saying, I was going home with Buddy to her place after school, but on the way, her mum decided to stop at Channel X. Now, Channel X was a movie shop where you could hire DVDs and games and a lot of stuff. It was actually a really cool shop. Unfortunately, they shut it down now. Rest in peace, Channel X. You will be missed. So anyway, when we got there, Buddy's mum got out and went into the shop, leaving the two of us alone in the car. Now, I have a bit of a weird habit where I will yell at random strangers because I think it's funny and because it makes my friends laugh. And who happened to be sitting right outside the car this day? A random stranger. So, me being the annoying 12-year-old that I was, I decided I was going to mess with him. He seemed to be a teenager, maybe a few years older than me, and he was sitting behind his car on this random piece of wood. To this day, I still don't even know what exactly it was. But it had been house day this day at school, and I was in the yellow house, which was hard because there were never very many clothes that were yellow. But I did happen to have a yellow duck hat. And so, I stuck my duck hat up to the window in the hopes that this guy would turn around, see the duck hat and freak out. But he didn't notice it. So, what did I do? I yelled out to him, of course. I opened the car door just a little bit, stuck out my head and called out,
"Hey, you there! Sitting on the piece of wood?"
And then I slammed the door shut, put the duck hat back up to the window, and Buddy and I flattened ourselves against the seats. We were laughing our heads off, and I was busy thinking about what a funny person I was when we heard a tap on the window. My stomach dropped. We stopped laughing. And ever so slowly, I lifted my head to look out the window. And staring back at me was the guy. Buddy's laughter completely stopped. She went dead silent, and I just stared at this guy, not knowing what to do as he looked at us with this weird smile on his face. Now, I was getting real nervous watching this, so all I could do was send him an awkward look back. But in my head, I was screaming, "Why? Why in the world did you do this?" And for a long time, the guy just stood there and smiled at us. Until eventually he walked off and went inside the building. Bud and I just stared at each other for a moment, taking a moment to recover before we both started laughing again. Until we heard another knock at the door. I began to panic, but it turned out it was just Buddy's mum. She told us that we had to go inside the shop, which I assume was because she somehow figured out we were misbehaving. So, yeah. But do you guys remember who exactly it was that went into the shop just before? If you guys guessed the random guy, then you'd be correct. Now I was really freaking out. I didn't want to go back in with him. He creeped me out. But I had to. So, I opened the door, stuck my head out, took a look around, and I slid to the concrete. And then together, Buddy and I crawled into the shop. Crawled on our hands and knees across the car park and into the shop. When we got in, we hid behind a shelf, and we could see the guy looking at movies and stuff. Now, I really didn't want him to see me. So, what did I do? Well, I used my epic ninja skills and I commando crawled across the ground and did roly-polies behind shelves to do everything I could to avoid him. And poor Buddy ended up having to follow along behind me. Yeah, it was a little bit weird, but we somehow managed to survive, and I went back to Buddy's that day. And then I got dropped home later on, and my mum had something to say. She said to me, "I heard that you were flirting with a boy today." I was so confused. Who the heck had I been flirting with? Not to mention I was 12. I didn't even know how to flirt. And then she told me that apparently she'd heard that I had been flirting with a boy using my duck hat. Yes, that's right. Buddy's mum must have known about what had happened. She texted mine to tell her that I was flirting with the random guy at Channel X using my duck hat. My duck hat. I was 12. I didn't even know what flirting was. Well, I knew what it was, but I didn't know how, or how it worked, or how to do it. So I was really shocked. I didn't even know what to say. All I could do was wave my arms about and say, no, that's not how it happened. You got the wrong story. So, yeah. It was embarrassing. But luckily, we never saw the guy again. So, guess that was a good thing. And it makes for a good story now. So, I hope all of you guys enjoyed today's video. It's a bit different. I hope you liked it. As always, remember to hit that like button and click subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Strike out!